chalk, piece of chalk. The particles of chalk are removed and they stick to the board, making some marks on the board. This is how we write with chalk on the board. And same is the case with the pencil on a paper. Small particles of pencil are removed by the friction between the paper and the pencil, and that's the reason why the particles, the very fine particles of the graphite nib of the pencil, they stick to the paper, and hence we see some marks on the paper. So if it is oily paper, you cannot write with the pencil. Did you observe that? And that is why we say that friction is very important in order to write on a piece of paper also. Vehicles run on road carefully. What I mean by carefully here is that you can apply brakes. So application of brakes also requires friction. Have you seen those brake pads actually? So the brake pads actually, they come closer and they try to reduce the speed of the wheel by holding tight against each other. So that is how, if there is friction, then only they will be able to stop the vehicle. Otherwise, it will continue to go. The brakes would fail. So application of brakes also between, when the vehicles run on road, so the friction between the tires, the wheels, nothing but the tires of the vehicle and the road also plays a vital role. It is because of that only that the vehicle does not skid or slip, right? So have you seen those markings on the tires? They are called as treads. They are called as treads, children. Treads are nothing but the marks. Have you seen like that? There will be some marks on the tires of the vehicle, right? Those are nothing but called as treads. So the treading increases the grip between the road and the vehicle, nothing but the tire, so that the vehicle is firm on the ground. So construction of different buildings, you see that various buildings are constructed and they dig holes in the earth, and then big concrete pillars are laid, and if there is no friction, how will these heavy buildings, very tall skyscrapers, they be steady on the ground? So there has to be a lot of friction that is required in order to have a building erected, right? So that is also a very good advantage of friction. So as I told you that holding different things also requires a lot of friction, and that is the reason why these weightlifters and all, what do? They increase the friction by just dusting their hands with certain powder. They use some powder, coarse powder, in order to increase the friction. Because of the sweat and all, they can't hold those weightlifting things, they can't lift the weight with the wet hands and all. So they dust them. They dust their hands with some coarse powder in order to increase friction, so that they have a good grip over the lifting weights. Hitting nails in the wall. So nail, when it is hit in the wall, it should not come out easily. It should remain there firmly, isn't it? So there also friction plays a major role. The wall offers great friction to the nail. You see that it is very smooth and slippery, but still it is held by the wall actually, so that you can hang different things on the wall and still the nail does not come out. So there also friction is playing a vital role. Help build civilization. So that is what, when all these things are going on smoothly, it helps actually to build civilizations. So life is possible. Life is possible only because of friction, I can say. So without friction, we cannot imagine any civilization. We can't imagine any industries being set up, any residential areas, buildings and all. We can't set up such things, and that's the reason why we can say that without friction, it is really unimaginable. The civilizations and all cannot be built without friction. Those are the advantages of friction, children. Friction is everywhere, as I said. But in spite of all these advantages, there are some disadvantages of friction also. Let us see one by one what are the various disadvantages of the friction. We need friction. We need friction. 100% we need friction. But what is it? Like every good thing has a side effect, as we say, isn't it? So now friction also has some side effects, or what we say, some limitations. What are they? We will see now. It causes wear and tear of the objects. objects. That's the main disadvantage that a friction has, because two surfaces are in, they rub against each other constantly. They will be in contact, or they will be undergoing some a very rough treatment, I can say. Two surfaces will be rubbing very hard with each other because of friction. If the friction is more, as you can see, that the wear and tear of the objects also will be more. They tend to get damaged, I can say. What is wear and tear? It is getting damaged. You can see that the tires, a new tire will have nice markings and nice treads, but after a year or so, what will happen? It becomes smoother. So what is actually happening? The surface has become worn out. It is called as wearing or tearing of the objects, because they are in continuous they will be in continuous contact with each other. They will be rubbing against each other, and because of that they will get damaged soon. So that is very, very important. So that brings we should actually go on replacing them with the new tires every now and then, like after every 2 years or so, we have to go on replacing the tires, and that's a costly affair. Did you understand? So it brings about the wearing and tearing of the wear and tear of the objects. It develops heat in machines. This is also very important point over here. Because of the friction, the heat is developed. Heat is developed, and because of heat also, a lot of damage is caused to the machine parts. You can see that a fan, when it is continuously in motion, what happens? You can see that some heat gets developed. And because of that, very small, not just fan but any other machine, small parts get damaged, and lot of heat is released. Because of that, sometimes the machine stops working, so it has to be cooled again. So that is very important point over here in the disadvantage. Simply you rub your two palms together, two hands together, you can see some warmth actually between your palms, right? That is a good example to show that friction develops heat. It produces heat. So automobiles, what is this heat actually? Whatever energy you are using, whatever energy you are actually supplying to a machine, most of it is released in the form of heat. So the energy is wasted here. Most of it is used in overcoming the friction only. So if you are supplying some amount of energy to do certain work to a machine, so in that, out of that, most of the energy is used up by the machine in overcoming the friction. It has to for example, if any vehicle is moving, for example, so a lot of power is generated in the engine, and because of that the vehicle moves forward. But what if the road is very, very rough? So most of its energy, the vehicle can't move forward, but lot of energy is actually produced by the engine. So here comes the point that most of the energy is wasted. Energy is wasted. That is what I was saying. Automobiles consume more fuel. So we are not seeing the output, but the input is more. So you can see that more energy is supplied, but the desired outcome we are not getting. Heavy vehicles require more power to move. So we have seen this, right? So the friction increases with the mass. So we have seen the factors influencing friction also, right, children? So more the weight, more the mass of the vehicle, more the friction will be. So in order to overcome that maximum friction, we have to supply more and more amount of energy or power to it. So heavier vehicles require lot of energy to move. In order to provide that lot of energy, we have to use more fuel, right? So there also lot of energy is getting wasted, and noise is produced. So wherever there is friction, more noise will be produced. You can see that on smooth surface, actually anything can move really easily. But when it is rough surface, you see that certain noise is produced. Even machines also. When there is when you just oil the parts of machines and all, then the lubricants, what we say, then the machine parts move very slowly and easily. But when there is no such lubricants used, you can see that the machines start producing some noise, which is somewhat irritating, and it's like which is not desired. So these are the various disadvantages of friction. So because of these disadvantages, we can say that it is a foam. But actually children, we require friction. We require friction. If you consider the disadvantages, they are not so much as that of the advantages that it offers. So friction we require with, but with the fact that it has got some disadvantages too, right? So that's the reason why we say a friction is both a friend and a foe. We cannot just neglect it, but there are some disadvantages of friction too. So this is today's topic. I want you all to write down this in your classwork. I want you to write down this in your classwork, these points in your classwork. Just after the question and answers that you have written, please write once again advantages, put a side heading advantages and write down these points, and disadvantages and write down these points all over again. Okay? Thank you children.